So we have a clear idea of how to structure an essay to the exam question and to the key words in that exam question. Let's break it down now to sort of paragraph level. Okay. Now, as an English teacher, I can broadly visually grade an essay by how it looks on the page. Now, what I mean by that is if the page looks like a vertical bar chart, a barcode, and lots of little bitty paragraphs like this throughout, one or two sentence paragraphs with lots of quotes, and then split up into sort of two or three line paragraphs, then I feel this is going to be a weak essay. What I look for is nice chunky paragraphs on a page, preferably sort of three chunky paragraphs that I can get my teeth into. Okay, now this is going to allow for a lot of exploration and probably get more marks than this kind of bitty style. However, what we want to avoid is you retelling the story to me like a bedtime story, because I probably know the story, as will your examiner in the exam. So chunky paragraphs shouldn't be just retelling the story. So let's move on to how to write a good paragraph then. Okay, here's our nice chunky Yorkie bar style paragraph on the page. Visually, if I'm just blurring my eyes, I know there's a lot that I'm going to come across in here, and it's worth it's more likely to get more marks. So let's break it down and see what makes this a good paragraph. Okay, well, should I choose this one now? First of all, clearly indent the paragraph so I know it's a paragraph. Okay, I think it's better to indent paragraphs because that's what they do in books. Okay, and it's if you finish the last line, we don't know sometimes if it is a paragraph. So make sure you're showing me that it's a paragraph. Now your first sentence is really important because your first sentence is your topic sentence. Now the topic sentence is kind of setting out your store. It's telling me what you're going to explore in this paragraph, and I should be able to read an essay and just look at the topic sentence of each paragraph so that I can see the structure of that essay. And the topic sentence is really good because it keeps you focused on what you're going to talk about in this paragraph. And what you should be talking about is only what is related to that topic sentence. Okay, so it's a good way of keeping you well structured in your essay. So read back through your work and make sure that each paragraph is headlined by a topic sentence. Okay, so, what you should have in engaging with that topic sentence is perhaps 1, 2, and 3 different points. Our brains are kind of hardwired to see the rule of 3 as kind of substantial. That's why speakers often talk in lists of 3. It gives a sense of a convincing argument. So try to offer 2 to 3 different points to make your topic sentence here. So let's consider textual evidence. You're going to have quotes. Okay, now it's good if quotes can be embedded, and so they're embedded in sentences in some ways, so that we can see that you know what you're talking about. Now, if you're going to use 2-line quotes, and never use more than 2 lines, by the way. If you use overlong quotes, it just shows that you don't know the quote that you should be choosing. 2-line quotes should be centered and indented so that they stand out. But other quotes should be sort of embedded in your work. I'll be talking about quotes a little bit later, but I should see examples of 4 to 5 embedded quotes in a paragraph. Okay, now the important part of your paragraph is in the explanation, and this will kind of come in this section here. Now this is where most of your marks are going to come from, in explanations, because this is where you demonstrate maybe the historical context of your work. this is where you're demonstrating the writer's style, so AO2 and techniques. And this is where you're maybe demonstrating biographical context as well. And this is where you're also giving your personal response. Okay. Now this is important that your essay has that. We have to have a sense of what you think, and you can't sum that up in one sentence. So always try to consider the bulk of your paragraph should be hitting personal response, touching on context and style, and then returning in some way to the topic sentence that you set out to achieve. And with that, you've got 3 or 4 embedded quotes like this within your sentences.